So for today's video, we are taking on the Hall of Conveyance on Clockwork City Master difficulty. And this is the Roving Freebooter. To beat this encounter, we're going to employ a Prophecy Mage style deck. And the reason that we're going to do that is because this opponent comes at you pretty quickly. The deck they play is one that has a lot of reach, meaning lightning bolts, cliff racers, giant bats, Tazcad even, and because they're going to be, coming hard and fast at our face, we want to be able to get a bunch of free tempo, so we run a high number of prophecies. Now, other things to note, there are some special lanes here. There is a field lane, but this is like a conveyor belt. And then there's like an incinerator lane, if you will, as well. And at the end of your turn, meaning the player, creatures here are dealt 1 damage, and that's on both sides. Now, the opponent is also going to start the game with a creature in play. Let's get rid of all of these. Let's shuffle prophecies back. We want to play those for free. So they start the game with a Gristlehide Dreg. And when we pass our turn, this is going to move over here because that's what this does. At the end of your turn, creatures here move, so they move down the conveyor. And then over here in the incinerator, again, if there was something here, everything here would take damage. So you cannot play things in the incinerator, and that's really important. You will find out momentarily. How do we want to handle this? Let's shackle this. It's important because the opponent will play a lot of creatures with charge. So if you were to play a lot of guards, for example, you would be forced to play them here. At the end of your turn, they move, and then when they play creatures with a charge, they go here, and you can't block it. So there are some tricks.
By the 8th, they will meet them.
We're actually just going to go ahead and push face because our creature is going to die anyway. Actually, yeah, let's go. Because, again, incinerator, we take damage, etc. So, the strategy is get free stuff, hopefully, from Prophecy. Use Dawnstar Healer and Knight of the Hour to heal yourself up, because they, again, have a lot of reach. If I remember correctly, the opposing deck has, like, 2 Kinsmans, I think 2 Cliff Racers, 2 Giant Bats, 3 Lightning Bolts, and Tazcad in terms of reach. We also are going to play creatures with Ward for the few that we don't have in the deck that have Prophecy. Largely because Ward means that they would survive this, but means other things as well. We're going to take a lot of damage here, but we're going to try to clean up the board because we have to get these off anyway. Better to kill them than take damage to the face from them. So, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and do this. This will not die. We'll get at least 1 attack out of this because this is going to move over here. It's going to shift at the end of the turn. And so this is an interesting dilemma that we are in. On the one hand, we could play a couple of 2-drops, including the Profiteer, and gain some health, but anything we play here is going to move at the end. So if we play Hive Defender, it'll actually protect our other creatures. That feels really important. So everything takes 1, and then it moves. That's the other thing to remember. Anything that's over here will not take damage yet. Damage is done, and then things move. So again, here comes the reach that we were expecting. And this is why we play heavy prophecies. And that's a fantastic pull for us this turn. So we're going to turn around and hopefully gain some health here. We're going to start with a Bruma to gain health when we play the Dawnstar. Everything over here can just go ahead and attack. Now, sadly, these are going to die. Now, we could have also played Cleric of Kine or like Tome to protect these, but I feel like getting the health back is a little bit more important to us at the moment. Now, I'm going to choose to go face instead of trade, because again, everything's going to move, and so this Cliff Racer is technically going to have to go over top of my Hive Defender, and I am okay with that, because we are trying to race. Now should take this value trade here, which is a little bit sad. More health would have been pleasant. So we get a little bit of reach ourselves. A couple of different ways that we could do this, but I feel like playing the race game might be the best, because we have 10 here. A tome means 12. 16, so we only need to come up with 2 damage if we just start pushing. So we're going to do just that. We're going to also try to protect the Bruma. Even better.
You won't.
Let's go ahead and push. Let's go ahead and push. So they get a prophecy, but it will be one that goes over here. It should be Fighters Guild Recruit. Now, the one downside here is that these are also going to move at the end of our turn. This is going to die. There's no reason to trade here. So there's not much we can do. We just have to decide what we want to protect on our end. And I think the answer is a Word Crafter there. And we should be fine, because again, the opponent does run lightning bolts. If they wanted to lightning bolt something over here, they could. They also apparently are going to go double bat. Which is annoying. It actually buys them one more turn. They hit yet another prophecy of their own. Our poor Word Crafter is likely going to bite it. Now, we would like to remove these. We don't want them gaining even more health. So as sad of a piercing javelin as that is, we're going to go and do that.
May we serve you with every word.
Try to protect our Word Crafter, so we at least have one thing over here. So they opt to shackle. We're going to go ahead and trade, since this would die anyway. Going to 5 doesn't benefit us, and again, we want to get rid of the bat. Them gaining health does not do us any good. Then we're going to go ahead and just throw some Hail Mary plays out here. Would have been nice to get some free value with the Fate Weaver. Other interesting cards that deck runs. Winter's Grasp is one, just to try to slow down your tempo.
Of course, I'm on your side.
Mournhold Trader. Again, we're so close. This is going to die, so there's no point in trading. Unlike the bats that had 2 health, this only has 1, so this can go ahead and go face safely. It's just a question of what do we want to do here. Because while it would be nice to develop something like Hive Defender, for example, we would also need to Piercing Javelin this, because the lethal is a bit of a bummer, excuse me. The other option would be we could Javelin the Trader instead. That would give us a 2/1 guard that would move over. And then we could potentially develop like Daggerfall Mage. That actually feels like the better play. Daggerfall also has the ward to help protect it. And we only need to sneak in 2 damage. Really 1 damage.
This one will protect us on the roads.
Of course, I'm on your side.
Alright, and that will do it. So we're gonna attack on our turn, throw a lightning bolt, and that is how you beat the Roving Freebooter. So hopefully this helps. Again, as you can see, the opponent comes fast, lots of reach in their deck, so to counteract that, we just play a very heavy Prophecy deck that also has some great stabilizing tools in Dawnstar Healer, Knight of the Hour, etc. Thanks for watching. Until next time, may you walk on warm sands.